Hello there. The video that you will be watching is the homework 33 for first hour and fourth hour. This is the answer key and the video, so pay attention. We're going to go along and solve all of these proportions, and every proportion will give us an equation that is one or two steps. So the first problem says x over 9 equals 5/6. So we're going to use the cross product method for this, and we get 6 times x equals 9 times 5. So 6x equals 45. We divide by 6, and x is equal to 45 over 6, or 7, 45/6, or 7.5. Now 7.5 would work, but 7.5 is better. All right, so we're on our way now. We're going to do 12 times b is equal to negative 4 times 13. And so 12b is equal to negative, I think this is 52. Yep. So divided by 12, and b is equal to negative 52 over 12, which is 26 over 6, which is 13 over 3. So 13 thirds. Negative is the correct answer for that, I hope. All right, moving on. We're moving on to number 3, which is 5 times x equals 9 times 15, or 5 times x is equal to 9 times 15 is 135. So I divide by 5, and I get x is equal to 27. All right, so calculators are needed. You can stop this video and follow along if you'd like. All right, the next problem says 6 times 4 is equal to negative 5 times a. So negative 5 times a is equal to 6 times 4. We divide by negative 5, and a is equal to, whoops, this is 24 up here. So a is equal to 24 divided by negative 5. Which is really a is equal to negative 4 and 4/5. Now you can leave it as negative 24/5, but negative 4 and 4/5 is better. All right, so we have a couple of terms here that we've got to group before we get an equation from this proportion. So on the left, I'm going to write 4w, all right, and on the right is going to be 2 times w plus 3. So 4w is here equals 2w plus 6. I'm going to subtract 2w. And 2w is equal to 6, so w is equal to 3. All right, so the next problem also has the y plus 1 that needs to be grouped, and so we apply the cross product, which is 1 times y plus 1 is equal to 3 times 2. We distribute, and we get y plus 1 equals 6. This is a one-step equation, and y is equal to 5. All right, so those are the first 6 problems. Now the next problems are a little bit more challenging. There's a group of 2 terms here, and we need to put parentheses around those, and we end up with an equation that is 3 times x plus 13 is equal to negative 5 times 2. Let's distribute. And 3x is what we get here, plus 39 here, and this is equal to negative 10. And then I'll subtract 39 from both sides, and 3x is equal to negative 49 is what I get here. I divide by 3, and I get x equals, well, negative 49 divided by 3, that's a tough one. But it's actually negative 12 1/3, or negative 12.3 3 repeating. Okay, so I like negative 12 1/3, but that's just me. Okay, moving on to number 8, we get, oh, don't forget, whoops, I've got a group here and another group here. All right, and this is going to give us an equation that looks like this. 8 times a plus 2 is equal to 3 times 2a minus 6. I distribute the 8 and I get 8a plus 16 is equal to 6a minus 18. All right, so now we've got an equation that we've got to subtract the 6a from the 8a and cancel the 6a. And so 2a plus 16 is on the left, and that's equal to negative 18. And I will subtract the 16 from both sides, and I get 2 times a is equal to negative 34, and I divide by 2, and I get a is equal to negative 17. All right, so proportions used to solve word problems look like this. A florist is making centerpieces. He uses 2 dozen roses for every 3 centerpieces. How many dozens of roses will he need to make 12 centerpieces? So you solve the problem with a proportion. Oops. And you have to think about centerpieces and roses. So it's 2 dozen roses for 3 centerpieces. So centerpieces and then dozen roses is equal to how many dozens of roses? So the top with the top, right? Dozens of roses, divided by 12 centerpieces. And centerpieces. Okay. So then this gives us the proportion that will give us the equation when we apply the cross product or the definition. So in this problem here, it's 3x is equal to 2 times 12. 3x equals 24, divide by 3. And I get x is 8 and dozen roses. Okay? All right, last problem on this answer key worksheet says if 6 pounds of pasta salad serves 15 people, how much pasta salad should you bring to a picnic with 60 people? So this is a proportion, and it's 6 pounds over 15 people equals, well, we need to put the 60 down here and have x pounds. So because how much pasta is how much pounds? X pounds. Excuse me. So the proportion is solved with using the cross product method. So I would get 6 times 60 is equal to 15 times x. And 6 times 60 is 360 is equal to 15x. I divide both sides by 15. All right, and it looks like 24. 360 divided by 15, just to be sure it's 24. 360 divided by 15, I believe is 24. Yep, okay, so 24, the 15s cancel, and 24 is equal to x. So it's 24 pounds of pasta, LBS of pasta. All right, so that's the video, and that's the answer key. Have a good one.